Alright, good day, chicks. How you doing?
Kevin,
Hello, chicks.
life call is you. You use my day life call. Hey, good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. How you doing?
I'm good, sir.
Okay. Seems you're having challenges.
No, I'm not having any challenges currently, but I haven't been. My account hasn't been activated yet
Okay. You made payment for.
for the primary pro.
Okay. Okay. Hold on. Let me get that done. You've sent them your API key already, I presume.
I sent you the new API key I just changed.
Okay. Okay. I think you sent it to one of the supports, but I can see it on the chat.
Okay,
Um.
alright.
Hold on. Let me check here. You paid for
So I was
Primary Pro,
learning that
right?
I'm primary pro. I was learning that I'm meant to buy proxies. I thought that the package will come with proxies,
Doesn't come with process. I mean,
but that's
there's no way we ever stated it comes with. I mean, no bot actually comes with process, so it's like what you add if you feel like.
okay.
But this is your first time using it.
Yes, this is my first time. I've been watching your videos on YouTube, so I'm interested.
I want every single person who works with me this year to make money out of it. That's
So
like a
that's the issue.
priority for me. Okay.
So I want to ask, how
Okay.
many progs do you think is recommendable? Like there's going to be not going to cause issues. My Adsense account is actually 2 years. I can have two accounts I want to hit on. You understand? So the first one is 2 years. Both of them are 2 years, the same day.
Hmm,
The first one hasn't received money yet, but the second one has received payment twice. You
okay.
understand? So I want to know: is it safe to use on both of them, or which of the accounts do you think is best to be tried on?
Okay. In all honesty, the safety depends on you. So let me explain how the safety depends on you. What
Okay,
OkecBot actually is an automation software. Practically,
I
it
understand.
automates. Yes, it automates anything. Now, whether you do this as a human being, like whether you have human beings sitting down somewhere, real human beings with real computers, clicking your advertisements, opening your websites, or
Yeah,
you use OkecBots, you can get banned. You can get banned.
I
How?
understand.
If human beings just open your website each and every single day, they don't do any other thing and they just click on ads, you get banned. However, if you can tell them to do other things like browse, visit other websites, do other activities, and then come back once in a while to actually still visit your website, then you don't have an issue. So
I
now the
understand. So
funny, okay,
it's
go
about
on.
abusing the clicks.
No, no, it's not. It's
So like
about the
try not
amount of
abusing the
things you.
clicks.
No, it's not about the abusing the clicks. It's about other things you do. Even if you click once a day, if you don't do any
Okay,
other things, it's an issue. So how I advise
okay.
people should use it is, first of all, what kind of website do you have? So let's assume you have an entertainment blog.
Education,
Okay, education.
yeah, scholarships.
Okay, scholarship education. Okay, fine. Now, if you would want to make this work for you and not have an issue, I will tell you precisely the three things you're supposed to have your check on. The first thing,
Okay,
your prosy, which I'm happy you're actually figuring out that is actually a very big thing. Now, where you get your prosy from, and if the IP address has not been blocked, is a big deal. So, in as much as you are a normal human being using a real computer, there's some bad process you would use. That if you use that process to open some sites, they'll turn you back. They'll tell you your IP has been banned, or you're using a proxy because they sense you're using a proxy, or too much traffic has been coming in from this particular source. So prove you're not a robot. So what I'm trying to say in a nutshell is where you get the IPs matter. So I would give you like a recommendation. We sell IPs anyway, although at the moment we're out of stock. We hope to restock later. When we do, I would be creating something on the website where people can buy process from us. So at the moment we don't have that store yet. This is what you could do. You could buy from Data Impulse. because I've had positive feedback from lots of people, and they're quite
Okay.
very affordable. You could buy from Foxy Prozzy, you could buy from Oxylab. Now, Prozzies are different type. So I think from your chats, I can see you already making a good decision. Cause let me see, am I on the right chat? Hold on. I think I saw something like they're fantastic. I'm here already. So you're already on Smart Prosy. So this is what I think might really be a problem for you with Smart Prosy. Smart Prosy gives this lots of IP addresses versus having just few IP address and then no data cap. Like what I can see you buy or what I can see on your carts is 50 IP addresses and 50 IP addresses and 100 gig of bandwidth. Now, if you're going to be
Yes.
doing this for a scholarship website, then I can tell you you have no problem because it's a website. Now, this would have been a different case if it was YouTube. So now let's say you've gotten these IP addresses. Now I can also see you got static residential ISP. So I presume you've been watching my videos.
Yes, I haven't actually paid for them. I was about to. So if you say I
Okay.
shouldn't use smart proxy, I can check out the imports. Now I was about to pay for it.
Okay,
So
good.
I'll try to activate it when you give me the
Go
API
ahead.
key.
Okay, the API key.
So
Okay,
should I use the smart proxy or should I go opt for another option?
okay. My problem with smart process is that majority of the IPs they would give you right now, majority from what we have noticed are bad. So I think data impulse so far has been very good. So you could try out data impulse. But
Okay.
but if
So
you're
like okay, let me
okay, sorry, ask the question. It's
go on.
important.
I
Okay.
wanted to ask about their pricing. That was what I wanted to ask about.
Mm, okay. Let me see if we could navigate this together. I would be sharing my screen right now. Um, hold on. Um, okay, so I'm currently at data impulse. Let me see what's the process. You said it's a scholarship website.
Yes, yes.
Okay, what I
And
w-
also I have the subdomain too. So I don't know, is it best on the main website or on the subdomain? Or
o-
it doesn't matter.
okay, you say you have a subdomain as well.
Yes.
Okay, okay, that won't be an issue. Like it won't be an issue.
So like I'm asking now, should I just run it on the subdomain or on both the domain and subdomain? Normally that subdomain I used to use it for Facebook arbitrage then.
Okay, you pay for ads on Facebook and then have
That was
them
long
drop.
ago, like last year.
Okay, I think it's not really an issue to use on both your subdomain and main domain.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so from what I can see over here at Data Impulse, I don't know if you can actually see my screen.
I can see it.
Okay, so we have a couple of options. I can see there are 2 gig. It's rated at $5. Their basic is $50. Now this is for mobile process. Hold on, let me check for residential process. Okay, for residential process, we have up to 5 gig for $75 and basic 50 gig. So this is what I would advise you to do. I like actually calculating things and if we're going to be making the best calculation right here, I think you have just 12th of July. Today is the 12th of July.
Yes.
Positively, we're looking at 24th, 22nd, 23rd. That should be few weeks from now. So the possibility of actually skyrocketing your sales, your earnings in no distance time, maxing 50 gig would not really be possible. So what I think we could go for, it's like that 5 gig. But now, let's assume we go with the 5 gig, which happens to go for $5. Now this is where the next step comes in after process. So the moment you're done with picking up process, you now have to start talking about what actions you'll be performing. Now, people don't see the same advertisements all the time. There's some advertisements that are targeted to virtually anybody. Anybody means if anybody comes to your website, this is what they would likely see. So those adverts, they just need practically anybody. And that is what we call personalized targeted advertisements. This is where advertisements or marketing agencies in companies, I mean, if you go to a company, there's usually a marketing agency. So the people in charge, they will usually target some category of people, which is personalized advertisements. Now, this personalized advertisements usually comes in more budgeted. So that means if any advertisement shows up on your website, they could be paying you $0.02, which means less than 10 cents or something very low. Now these are just like random advertisements. But now when you now have advertisements related to scholarship, advertisement related to what is it called again? Those high CPC stuff. Now, because the companies that are actually doing this are investing a whole lot into their advertisement budget, so they're willing to pay more, which means if anybody sees this advertisement and clicks on them, you actually earn more than when anybody sees like a random advertisement. Now, the big question is, how do I get to decide who sees what? Right? Now, this is where you now come up with that personalized advertisement. So, how do you make your bot personalized? How do you personalize your bot? How do you structure your bot? How do you orchestrate it in such a way that when they come over to your website, they would see those big advertisements? Now, this is because if they see those big advertisements before the 21st to 24th, when Google pays you out, you should be cashing out good. But if you still use this process, we're actually going to be purchasing, if you do purchase it, and you just
Yeah.
drive traffic, using the OkecBot to your site, you will likely get your ads click, you will likely get your views and impressions, but you might likely not be able to recoup the money you used in purchasing the software. So this is what I will advise you to do. Like I said at the beginning of the video, even if you have human beings performing this clicking and opening your website, if they don't do like what they ought to do, you would likely get banned. So I'm going to be listing a couple of things I want you to put your mind on, and I believe you can see my screen. So let me get.
I can see your screen.
Okay. Oh, now I know this stuff keeps cookies because I typed this last time, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so first and foremost, Google searches. So, I don't think it's like new to you at the moment that when you search for things, after a while, I mean, you start seeing something similar to what you searched for. Now, this can also be applied to the bots. So you're currently on OkecBot. Most of your task should be around making Google search. Now, this is why me as a person, I actually sometimes wish I could take out that primary pro off and just let people go straight to the secondary pro. But then I still know that some people might not want to be doing this advanced. Some people might just want to do cheap automation. If you have 50 Instagram accounts and you log them to OkecBots and you just want them to open a particular profile and click on follow, the primary pro is okay for you because it can click on an expert. However, if you want to be typing in things, without type into the comment section of that post or type into the search button. Google has this search button to type something and search for it on Google. That is where you need a secondary pro. Now you don't have a secondary pro now, but I would just give you 7 days access to it, just so you'll be able to build up your search intent. So what do you do? When you search for things on Google, search for things related to what your website performs. There's a very big misconception when people say, I am into the scholarship niche, I am into insurance niche, and I'll be expecting to make so much money from AdSense. Now, where there is a problem is you might be into these niches, But now you only make more money because maybe somebody who was interested in that thing happened to stumble on your website. So let's assume you are into scholarship and I happen to Google scholarship related stuff. And then somehow I found your link. Now, if I open up your website, I mean, obviously, common sense, I would see advertisements related to scholarship. And if I click on them, you make more money. Now, what
Yeah.
happens if I was not actually searching for those things? If I was not in any way have been telling Google that come, I'm looking for scholarship stuff. Oh, what will happen? What will happen is if I open your website, I will still see those random advertisements that is targeted to everybody. But those
Okay.
personalized ones from those scholarship ads, I won't see it. So this tells you that when you make use of your Google search intent properly, you get like to those bots get to see high CPC ads. So what do you search for? You search for things like scholarship related keywords. Now you could make a Google search around this. When you make a Google search, there are lots of keywords, lots of search phrases. Now when you go to OkecBot, let me show you how to do this so it makes sense to you. When
So
you go
this for
to
secondary, right? You say you give me access for 7 days.
yes, I'll give you access, but I just wanted to show you like how to do
But
it.
some
Have
of
you
my if I'm using can I
okay?
come if I'm using going to use Google search, some of my contents are actually on first and second pages. So
Mm,
I don't know
it's
if there's
it's
a way.
not it's not realistically for it to find your page. It might not even see your page. It's just for it to be able to have visited other people's page. The key is to make this look like a real human being who is actually
Okay.
interested in scholarship, who has no
Oh,
affiliation with you. The moment it looks
oh,
like it's just you, that is why I was giving you an example that even if you have real human beings with real computers, you still get banned because it now looks like
I
yes, these people were paid to actually click for you and all that. So when you click on creator mode on OkecBots and you go to the create task, on the create task, I think you have primary pro now, but if you notice, primary pro only has click expert. So you can only give it something to click on like an expert, but that is the maximum you can do. Now on the secondary pro, you have the ability to not just click on expert, but you can actually type into that expert. You can also type into an expert and hit enter. Some boxes, some forms, you can just fill in like your first name you put, your second name you put. So you can say, okay, where it says first name, I want to put in the expert and I want to say my name is Daniel. You now head over to where it says second name, you put in the second expert, and I say, okay, my name is okay, and surname is Okechukwu. But now, when it comes to something like Google, you don't need all this. Google just wants you to type into whatever you want to type. But most times, there is no search button. So what you do on Google is you search, sorry, you type into it and you hit enter, which is this. So now all you have to do is to head over to Google. When you get to Google, you copy this experts. I think you already know how to copy the experts, depending on what device you want to clone. You paste the experts there, and you search for something like scholarship tips, scholarship opportunities, those related keyword. Now, don't add one, add as many as possible. I wish I could make a comprehensive class on this. The aim for me, okay,
sorry.
go on.
Can I ask a question? I
Yes.
the expert you are talking about, I don't actually know. I don't understand how to add the experts.
Okay, I'm happy you asked this question. I will send you a video that explains this in better Sirenos. Now,
Okay.
if after watching the video it doesn't make sense to you, don't worry, I'm available. I would still walk you through again for that. But
Okay.
how the expert works is every single thing on this page now has what we call a specific expert. So if I right click, I know you'll be able to see me right click because I'm presenting. But if you right click on anything on the page and you go to inspect, there is this stuff that comes
Okay.
in.
Oh, no, I know
Uh,
that part.
you know that part. So now when you inspect, you can change what that thing is. You can change the figures and change whatever it is. But if you right click any figure and go to copy, you will now see something called copy full expert. So that full expert now is like a code that once you put that thing on OkecBot, it will just take you straight to where that particular thing is. Then if you say you want to click on it or you want to type something into it, OkecBot will just make the bot type something into it. But I will send you a video that will make all these things more explanatory to you. So
Okay.
practically, what you should be doing more at this particular point in time, if possible. within the first 2 to 3 days is to build so much search intent. That means build lots of tasks related to Google search, Google search, Google search. If after Google search, if the only problem now we have is limited resources. Limited resources because the way I orchestrate mine, the way I've been able to do mine, that you get to see me make a lot of money, it's not the way everybody thinks they do theirs, where you just make the bot, let the bot open your website. If the bot opens your website, you're gone. As in, if it keeps opening your website all the time, it doesn't do anything again, you're gone. It's obvious, it's invalid traffic. But I go as far as making my bot sometimes open YouTube, search for whatever I wanted to search for on YouTube. It doesn't have to actually even watch the video. Let it just keep on having showing this interest in these things. So once it comes to my website, if it even clicks on advertisements, they don't deduct it because the intent was already there. I don't know if I'm actually like
I
communicating.
understand you.
uh So I've given you access to the primary pro you already paid for, but I would just add up a secondary pro to it right now. For today's 12th of July, so I'll make it last till 19th of July. So you still have the primary pro for 1 month undisturbed, but you can
Okay.
also try out the secondary pro for like 7 days. So what I would want you to do is the moment I drop this call, I would give you a video. That video practically explains how to make Google searches, use the whole expert. So please go through them. I would want you to make money off the software you bought. I wouldn't want at the end of the whole day you bought this app and you didn't make money out of it. So take out time from your busy time, go through the video. Then if you have any question, you can always refer it back to me.
Okay, thank
Yeah, you're very welcome. So I would end the presentation now, and then I would send you what you'd be needing to get started.
you. Okay.
Yeah, do have a
So
nice day. Okay, sorry, please go on.
I have another question. I was
Okay.
understanding some part in the like primary pro. So I was seeing like experts in the secondary, whereby I was thinking that you just put like if he's going to visit your site, you put a link that's in your site, and when he goes, you can click on the link and go off, like performing an activity on the site. I hope
Okay.
it's available.
Yes, sorry I didn't. Sorry, I was so much in a hurry. This Primary Pro, I think I understand you. This Primary Pro now has like a website. This is where you put your website. You can
I
put
can't
your
see
web.
your.
Oh, sorry, I stopped presenting. Let me share again. Um, okay, I'm presenting now. Okay, so I don't know if you've tried the bot before, but the Primary
I've
Pro
tried.
had. Okay, I've tried it. Okay, so
That's why the IP address was the same, so I knew it was an issue.
okay, beautiful. Now you know where to put your website already.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, good. So
Time limits
okay,
and
go on.
naming the task, naming the
Okay,
tax and
let me
the
the
time
tax.
limits.
Okay.
The question I have now is
Mm.
about the proxy chain now. So you haven't actually told me the proxy I should go for now because you've deботted me buying a smart proxy. So now the proxy chain. Let me say I added 50 proxy. I'm giving an instance now. So I added 50 proxy and I want to assign it to. You said 20 proxies for 100 users. That is recommended from what I've watched.
Yes,
So
correct.
now to assign 20 proxies to 100 users, how do I do that?
Okay. I presume you haven't watched the video on how to
I
load traffic from different location.
I think I watched it, but I was confused. That's how I got the knowledge. I knew that there's a way to add proxy chains now. So like now I'm trying to add 100 users to 20 proxies, another 100 to 20 proxies. I hope that's how it works. Then maybe 50 to 10 proxies.
Okay, yes. Okay, while I asked if why I actually assumed you have not watched the video of driving traffic from different location. The different location I was talking about wasn't about like you using a proxy to come from a different location, but rather how to in real time use one particular computer to be driving from the US, from Canada, from UK all at the same time. It's not about putting in so many proxies. The worst mistake you will make is, yeah, it's saying this place now is a proxy chain. If you mistakenly add UK here and add US here, you're finished yourself.
I
This is
I've
why.
watched I've
Okay.
watched the video. That you
Uh-huh.
put you choose you chose UK. I think you named it UK and you chose European, is it European Berlin time or so. So you
Yes.
kept clean UK proxies and then you checked out one. That one was not reading UK proxy. It was reading somewhere else.
Oh,
You had to change
you,
it.
you've watched it. Okay. Now, that was like the old version. The new version, when you click on this launcher mode. Now, let's assume
Yes.
you have orderly executor or random, whichever. Now, let's just start with free executor, the one you can use and anybody can use. Now, if I click on the free executor, you will see where it says default location. Now,
Yeah.
this default location now has all the proxy chains we have. So let's say for instance you want to create one proxy chain. Now you can head over to here, click on create mode, create a location, but now you have not saved it with a name, so this is practically empty. Now, let's assume you have bought from Data Impulse and you bought, let's say, 5 Prozi from the UK. At the moment, you wouldn't want to just start with buying 20 from the UK. You would want to at least have like different locations. So now let's say you buy a total of 10 IPs or 10 Prozis, 5 from UK, 5 from, let's say, US or some other country. Now the first step to do is to put in the time zone. Let's assume this is US. So I'm going to give an instance with something like maybe New York. Let's use in New York for instance. So I'll put in New York and I'll just put in the first details. Now these are random details. Now this is the
Okay.
first IP I have over here. So
Yeah.
now I'll come in again, still New York, and then I could put in the second one. Now, when I'm done with putting up to like 5, I can now save them to, let's say, New York. Now, this means now that I've saved this on New York. Now, I'll actually save it, but I know it won't work because it's rubbish. But now, if I click on this launcher mode over here, and then I click on free random executor, where it says the fourth location, I will not be able to see that New York I just created. But now the question is, how do I have the 100 bots using this New York? That's very simple. Each time you create a bot, all the bots you created is here. For instance, if you have created a bot in the past, now each of your bot family, because you usually give them a family name, they would all be, the family name will all be here. Then you will now see all the devices at the bottom. I got here by clicking on manage bots. So when you click on manage bots, like as if you want to manage the bot you have, you would see the name of the bots, and then you will now see all the bots inside, like 001, 002, blah blah blah, and the rest. So this one now, for instance, if I look here, you can see iPhone. Where it says iPhone, you can see 15. Where it says Android, you can see 15. So this means that total, we have a total of 30 devices here. 15 Android and 15 iPhone. So this means now that if I go to this launcher and I head over to the free executor, and I come here, which is look at this iFi Chicago, I can see that it's actually showing me the 15 iPhone and the 15 Android. So now if I now give it to New York, what it means is that these devices, which is this 15 iPhone and 15 Android here, will keep on using this New York location. But what if why they're actually coming in from the New York, I also want them to be coming in from the UK? Now all I have to do is to open another tab. Like here I have Google. I'll just come again and type localhost 3000. If you notice now we have two localhost 3000. One is already open. We're actually on this page. The other one is still on a fresh page. So I'll come here again, click on launcher mode, then click on free executor. Now I can decide that that first set of bots that uses New York, I don't want to use them again. So I don't want to use this one again. Instead, I want to use maybe this other one. Now this other one now is 16 iPhone, 17 Android. You can see there are different devices now.
Mm.
Now I can now say this other one now should now be coming in from maybe Canada. So if I on this switch here, Okay, I don't have access now at the moment. I think my access has expired. Now, if I on this here and I on this, no, it's not saying expired. Sorry, it's saying in because this is free. It's saying invalid configuration. Okay, good. It's invalid because I did not
It's
put how
probably
many.
identify. Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Device
so
range.
device range. So if I put 1 to 2, 2 to 3, come here, maybe 2 to 3, 1 to 2. So from this New York now, there will always be at least 2 to 3 iPhones coming in. From Android, there will always be 1 to 2 coming in. From Canada, you already get the point. So I can on this now. Now, if you bought, let's say you went to data imports and you bought for Australia, Canada, London, as many countries as possible, your own work is just to be opening localhost 3000 on all of them and just set all of them and just go and sleep. Now, where you will not have a problem, which the solution is also here, is if all of them now just keep opening your website. Maybe the only thing you have, because this site it shows executable, is what you want to execute. So let's say the only executable you have is ads click. Now you now see it doesn't make sense. So the best way to do this thing is first you take it as a full-time job. Why I'm saying you should take it as a full-time job is because, okay, me for instance, now I make over $15,000. I think you've seen my earnings, so you've seen me make over $15,000.
Yeah.
Now, if I should like focus on being a software programmer, before I would earn $15,000 in a month, I think I should be working with Google or Facebook or one of these big tech firms, and it won't be as a entry, as what's it called again, as an entry developer. I would have to be at least in a very good department. But now this is something I make from one Google AdSense, and that's even one I can afford to show. I still have smaller accounts. So in a nutshell, it's lucrative. I don't think there's any job anybody wants to do. Like when I mean job, I mean where you get salary. Except maybe you have a company, you're manager, and you're the CEO, you pay yourself salary. But say there's a job you want to do. I don't think there's any job I know of now that is bigger than this loading because you can make 15, $10,000 from your house. So what this means is if you now you're doing it, you should be thinking smartly. Smartly in the sense that me, for instance, I have lots of activities. Where it says arts click now, I have the one I used to call warming. I think my warming is not here. Okay, this is a test account. But I have like what we call a warming. That warming now I do is I have like a time frame of what it is in different part of the world. For instance, now in the US, during the day, I could have what we call a warm up. This is where the bot will just come up, open Google mail.google.com. When you open mail.google.com, it's actually an email. If I head over to Google now and I go to mail.google.com, what I would simply just see is my email. Now, I will just make it stay here, click a random expert. It will open up. Is it actually checking any email? No. I just want Google to feel like I've checked my email in the morning because that is what a real human being does. Now, after that mail.google.com, I have like lots of tasks. Mail.google.com, sometimes head over to Google and search for something related to whatever platform. If it's my sports betting platform, there's some search strings to search for things like sports betting tips for today. From Google, to just go to one of those live score, all those Zulu bets, all those where they give
I
predictions.
get you. So you just
Okay,
assign several tasks that is not related to your site, so that the devices will have experiences of those tasks, like they've been active. Then
thank
you
you.
later then put the tasks to search your site. Like so, because the devices have been active and on, and I've been on Chrome for some time, you can eventually see. That is why I have to start for other scholarship opportunities before they have to come to your site. They'll be like, your site was one of the things they bumped into when they were searching for options.
Ye- Now you're understanding how to load. It's not the way other people have been saying it. You've understood the cocoa right now. The moment you just learn this thing you've learned now you've learned it, the work is already finished. It's now for you to open as many profiles as possible with as many pros as possible. And now this is what I would advise you to do. If you have friends who also have scholarship sites, add them to your loading because it doesn't cost you anything, but it makes things better for you. So when you
I
give them
understand.
when you give them small traffic, it makes your own traffic more legit versus when you do it only for yourself.
I get that's what I'm telling you. I'm trying to use two, but is this data import now? I want to. So now, am I buying data center proxy or residential proxy?
Residential is advisable if you can go for mobile. There are two best, residential or mobile. Mobile is always
So,
always the best, but you can start with residential.
So the mobile prices, it does it mean it's just for mobile, like for phones I'm going to be paying for?
Okay. The mobile process is because where the network is coming in from is from a cellular network. So
So it
if you're
means
using it, you won't be
mobile
using all
phone.
those. Yes, you won't be using all
Yes,
those your, what is that thing called again? All those your, like, on the box you can create Windows, you can create Mac.
yes, yes,
Just
yes.
focus on Android and what is it called again? Android and iPhone if you're going to be using
So
mobile
for
process.
residential, I could use anyone.
Any, yes,
So
any.
let me say I'm paying for 5 gig now, like I want to pay now. That they're going to give me proxies because now normally I asked a question before
Okay.
about paying per IP and paying for gig. You understand? So I didn't
Mm.
understand how it worked. So now
Okay.
if I'm paying for gig, are they going see how many IPs am I going to get?
Okay. Now, this is the
This one is
benefit.
5 gig now.
Uh,
Go ahead, I can hear.
okay. Yeah, this is the benefit and the difference. When you pay for per gig, it depends. Some give you unlimited. Some give you, like, when I mean unlimited, they could give you like 1,000 IP. This means you have
Okay,
like up to 1,000 IP, but once you've reached this your 5 gig, you stop. But when you pay for specific IP addresses, then there is no gig, but it's only those IP you can use. So this is my own advice. I would always tell people this thing comes into phases. Phases in the sense that there are people right now who are doing it big time. So you might not use their configuration because it will cost more money. But you can use other configuration that can actually give you money now. Then as time goes on, you actually go to those big section. So what's the difference? The difference is if you're using data, gig, it has given you the ability to come from different location. Now, however, it also means you'd, in a way, be able to, be overseeing what you do. You make sure your website doesn't have too much of an image. You like it practically it depends on you to oversee and supervise what you should do. When you have unlimited or when you use static IP, you have to make sure you get lots of them. The difference is you can actually build enough search intent, meaning you can have them in so many places. You're not scared now. Nobody's counting your MB. Now, but you have lots of process. So you can afford to, okay, this bot has gone through so many things today, with this particular IP. And another bot has gone through another IP. You're not scared. But however, if you are going to be buying this one, you're going to be buying right now, it means
yes,
your activities will not be too much. That means you're going to create a lot of activities, but you keep them at minimal, right? Just so that you don't even exhaust your data before you finally visit your own website and start clicking on ads. So
okay,
how would you start? Start with the one you're presently seeing, which is the residential. The 5 gig, I think the 5 gig is pretty cool. You can start with it. Today is the 12th of July. So let's assume you start today, that happens to be a Friday, and you actually start driving traffic. Now, the more you give me feedback, the more I'll be able to point you to what to do and what not to do. Then I think practice is everything. You don't learn once. I will let you start. Then as you're giving us feedback, if there's anything you're not getting, we'll always be pointing you into the right directions.
okay.
Mm. Okay. So any other questions?
None for now until I start practicing. Then,
Okay.
I said I want to understand how the experts works because that's the only thing that is left for me. Then I will
Okay.
just
I, I
start the
would
whole
I
stuff.
would send you a video on the expert now.
I've always been using the app to run it. So you said I should write local host 3000 is going to come out like the
I need to blow a trumpet on that one. Yes, everybody thinks you have to keep using OkecBot from the software. No, the moment you log in with your API key, minimize it, open as many tabs as possible. Because if you're driving
oh,
from one location, it's not good. You need to be driving from UK at the same time driving from
exactly that was my
US.
concern.
Okay.
So once the app has to be on your system first before it can work on Chrome when you like write local host 3000.
Yes, the app has to be installed on your computer, open and logged in with your API key. Then you open
Okay.
localhost 3000, you'll be able to see the
Can
the
you just
bot
send me
here
right out local host 2000 on like the comments?
on the chat. So you don't. I'll just send it to you on. You're not a developer. If not, you'd have just been able to cram it. I will send it to you right now on your WhatsApp.
No,
It's
at some point, I understand what I'm saying. I did mechatronics engineering, so it's not like I don't know what is going on.
okay. You just
I
want to
build
be
websites,
very
I build
particular about
websites,
everything.
I build websites too, but it's not like scratch, just WordPress sites for people.
Okay,
So
I think you get better now with using the software, because the more you get to use it, learn expert and the rest, it gets you a bit more advanced. Okay, I've sent it to you right now on WhatsApp. So should you need
uh,
anything in the future, just to let us know.
one more thing, so you won't forget now the video to learn how to like the expert stuff we are talking about to search for different queries.
Okay, okay. While we are actually here, I could head over right now quickly to YouTube and get it for you. I think it's called. Let me find it. It's called something around Google. Hold on. It's called something around Google. But I think when I even did that thing, so if I did it with the okay, I did it with the old version. I don't think I've done it on the latest version. But hold on, I'm going through my. Oh, okay. Okay. I think let me see. Let me see if this is it. I've copied the link and I've sent it to you on WhatsApp. So do check it on WhatsApp.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Do have a nice day.
You too.
Okay. So hope you learned from that. I'm going to be uploading this on YouTube. I'm currently using a webcam now. I no longer use my digital camera. So I apologize if the video doesn't really look as crisp as it used to. But I think education is what we're all here for, not the quality of the webcam. So more videos will be coming in on client sections. Do make sure you watch as many as possible so you can learn as many things as possible. Do have a nice day.